Hi guys, so I am here in the car with my dad and his dog Dewey. We are kind of sitting in traffic. We're running around some errands today, so I wanted to ask my dad a few questions about the wooden wall art pieces that he used to make for Disney. They are called Intarsia. And like I said, I wanted to ask him some questions about it so that we could, tell you guys about them and share some information. So I'm going to ask him some questions. So this is my dad. I introduced him as my dad, but his name is Gordon James King. And you used to have a woodworking company called Three Kings Fine Woodworking, correct?
That is correct.
And do you remember what year you started that company?
I started it in 1998, I believe.
And you were making what when you first started?
I was producing wall art, wooden wall art for the Walt Disney World Company for their art galleries. The word Intarsia is similar to mosaic. It's a creating of an image or a picture out of wood using the characteristics of each piece of wood, the color, the grain, the density, and you create a character out of that. And I created 19 different characters, and they were all in the galleries. They were on the Disney auction for a while and certain other places. It was fun. It was exciting. It's exciting to be a part of the Walt Disney World Company. It was a lot of hard work.
Where did the idea originally come from? Like, when did you first think of this and how did you make it happen?
The Walt Disney World Company came to me. They knew I worked with wood, and they came to me about the idea, and I told them it was funny that they came to me because my grandfather and my father both did similar things, and I was exposed to it in my younger years, but obviously I never picked it up because it's hard work. It's very tedious and time consuming.
So then they approached you and, you had all your history with wood. After that is when you kind of established the company and then got started with the characters?
Well, the company was already going.
Okay.
Because, like I said, the Disney World knew that I worked with wood, and they wanted to create something that was more handmade for the guests.
Mm-hmm.
And that had a more natural appeal. So I created the very first one, which was a Mickey Mouse, and I'm sorry, it was Goofy. It was Goofy first, and did my thing, and they absolutely loved it, and they gave me, I think, 2 more characters after that at the same time, and they said, okay, we're going to need these in 2 months. So I started working and kind of stocking them and building them up and putting them in boxes, waiting for the first order, and it went on for 7 years, I believe. And then Disney felt that the product was really too large for their product line, so they decided to discontinue it, which was a sad day for me.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite piece or character that you made?
Well, that's close. Somewhere in the, I'm having a hard time remembering the date, that the Animal Kingdom celebrated its 10-year anniversary, I believe. And the gift that you would give for a 10-year anniversary would be wood. And Roy Disney came down to celebrate that, anniversary, and they actually chose Simba. I made a Simba character out of yellow heart, which comes from South America, and it's actually a yellow wood. It's really beautiful. And I was always proud of that. They presented that to him. But I would say my favorite character has always got to be Jiminy, because that was the one character that they were not crazy about producing. And I kept saying, just give me the artwork, let me do it. If you don't like it, fine, but just give me the artwork. So I finally got the artwork, and I made him, and he appealed to the older group versus a younger group, because the older guys like me, grew up with Jiminy, and he stands for all of the good things.
Yeah.
So definitely Jiminy is my favorite.
That's cool. Well, I think that's all of my questions.
Oh,
is there
okay.
anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think so.
And you do still do woodworking today?
I do.
You don't have maybe as big of a shop as you used to. You definitely used to have some huge machines, but you do still do woodworking and enjoy it today?
I do. It's really, it's a cool thing to make something with your own hands. And although the Disney characters were not my idea, the things that I make today usually are my idea.
Yeah.
And knowing that you put quality and blood, sweat, and tears into something, and know that it's going to be around for a while, that is really cool.
Yeah.
Because so many things that you go and buy today are just so cheap, and they don't last very long, and they end up going in the trash. And I just feel really good about the fact that some of my stuff is going to be around, and people will be enjoying it and appreciating it for years to come.
Yeah. Well, thanks for answering my questions, Dad.
Well, you're welcome, Natalie, anytime.
This was fun, and I will definitely include a clip of most, if not all, of your pieces in this video so everyone can see them.
Okay.
So thanks for answering my questions.
You're welcome.
Alright guys, I wanted to film some of my dad's pieces here on the wall. We used to literally have like this entire wall full. You said you had 19?
There were 19 characters at one time.
19 different characters, and I don't think we own one of all of them, but we did at one time have most of them. But I'll just go through them. Of course, here you can see Steamboat Willie, Lady and the Tramp, Donald Duck, and you guys have seen my Daisy Duck that goes with him, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, and then there's Santa Mickey and Figment. And then over here we also have a Jacques and Gus. And then the most special piece of all is my Jasmine that my dad made for me. When I was younger, Jasmine was definitely my favorite princess, and he made this Jasmine just for me. She is a one-of-a-kind, and she's the only one ever made, so of course she is the most special to me. In addition to these that we see here, there were quite a few other characters, like there's the Sorcerer Mickey that I have at my house. There was a golfing Mickey, there was a grumpy golfer, there was a Simba, there was a Tinkerbell, Bambi, and I'm saying was, these pieces are of course out there somewhere, and I know my dad has a few of them at his house. But yeah, I definitely, of these, I love this Lady and the Tramp, and I love Winnie the Pooh. I think of these that we have here, those two are my favorite. But yeah, those are some of my dad's pieces for you guys to see.